Go ahead.
I first joined this group because I think today's children need to know the classic stories. And I've been doing it for 10 years because it makes me feel younger, and I think it keeps me sharper.
Okay. Donna.
I love working with children, and I've been working with stories for many years, and I know it sounds cliche, but there truly is a magic that happens when you're sharing stories with children in a classroom.
All right. Janet.
I tell stories with my dog Phoebe. My dog Phoebe and I are both therapy dog team, and we go to both elder places and tell stories, and then the elders get to pat and be with the dog, and then we go to classrooms where the children read to Phoebe, and then as a treat, I tell them stories from time to time.
Okay. One thing I will say, I invited Janet to bring Phoebe to one of our meetings upcoming, unless somebody has an allergy. Would it be a problem for anybody? Okay. Well, then we'll bring on Phoebe.
Okay.
All right. Joanna.
Yeah, for me it's been just great to have an outlet for my my dramatic instincts. I've never done anything on the stage, and somehow just storytelling just adds that bit of extra thing, which is really fun.
Okay. Laura.
I enjoy offering stories that bring happiness, keep kids engaged in the moment so they're not worrying about other things. And yeah, there was one more thing, but I can't remember it.
Rosanna.
I love storytelling because it not only blesses me, but it blesses others, and it's my anti-Alzheimer's drug.
Storytelling is magic, and telling stories gives me a chance to step into that magic and play with it with the kids and adults that I tell stories to. I love how responsive the kids are.
And I just love being a storyteller too. I do feel like it's good for my brains, but it just is such a thrill to walk in the classroom and the kids going, oh, the storyteller's here.
Yeah. You walk in the front door and they say, the storyteller's here.
I just find it wonderful to share something that makes people so happy. And also, these stories, as people were saying, some of them are being lost, and they're our cultural shorthand for all sorts of things that we can refer to a story about. If kids don't know them, they don't have that shorthand.
I love being part of an intergenerational community where older people get together with younger people and share. And I think I gain as much as I give to the kids. So it's really enriching for my life.
I enjoy telling stories to elders and children, and I love to be in groups like this that we're in right now, because I get to learn different things and hear other people tell stories and learn from them.
I love to be a part of Vrain Valley Storytellers because I love those little faces, and I love stories, and I also really, really enjoy the wonderful group of people who are telling with me.
One of the teachers told me that children who learn how to read nowadays, instead of they're learning phrases, they're not learning stories. So I think we really have a place to fill in so that they know that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and there's characters. And I just love watching the kids watch me.
Watching the storyteller in classes, I've seen how excited the children are, and how I've experienced how much fun it is to tell to the children. And I'm amazed at the support that the teachers give. They love it too. It's just a win-win-win effort.
I joined because I have no grandchildren, and I thought it was a great opportunity for me to have a relationship with young kids. I also thought it wouldn't do much harm to my 80-plus-year-old brain if I had to learn stories.
I practice on my grandchildren, and I love seeing the kids in the classroom respond in a way that tells me that they're adding new ideas to their own imagination.
My story is that I like to have the children go into a quiet space where they can enlarge their imaginations, and I can watch how they react.
I tell stories to turn children into storytellers. They can take this resource and know that they don't need a computer, they don't need a TV, and they don't need anything except their own imagination to have that resource for their entire life.
I became a storyteller because I was looking for volunteer opportunities that would be fun and that I could enjoy. And I love the dramatic part of doing it and learning the stories, and then just watching their faces as they start realizing what's going to happen and anticipate the next thing. It's a lot of fun.
I told stories to my daughter to put her to sleep, but she wouldn't go to sleep and kept listening. She wanted to hear more stories and more stories. And now she's got grandkids, and so her expectation of me immediately was, great, now you can tell them stories. And I thought, I need a little help.
It just gives me joy to bring stories of the world to kids in school.
As a retired teacher, it keeps me connected with the children, and I recognize the benefit of hearing multicultural stories with different ideas in them, and also, as someone has said, the structure of stories so they can begin to build their own tales.
I think that children are the future, and so I like to choose stories that I think are important to tell children so that they can bring out the gems in those children.
I tell stories because it's fun. I enjoy learning them, I enjoy making them my own, and I really enjoy watching the kids make them their own stories. The comments I get at the end, I feel like they take them in and then make them their own.
The storytelling, I think, makes the kids smile and have fun. And also, because I tell a lot of Colorado historical stories, the kids learn about this place where they're living and how it came to be.